slings this deep from McLaurin. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. That one will go for 9 yards and a first down on the keeper.
And this is one of those plays that if you can use it to keep the chains moving, it's a good play. And not only that, it tends to tamp down the pass rushers because they have to recognize this play and stay at home. The quarterback uses it well. Read option, keeps it, and picks up a first down with some nice running.
These two teams all tied after one.
Ready, break! Ready! 19 Tiger, go!
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. Second down.
That's a really nice play. Able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
Throwing now is Daniels. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Here's Daniels. Flushed out right.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long.
Cougar 19.
To throw is Daniels. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And Washington has taken the lead. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive if they watch the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Like 20.
Now gone. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Here's 2nd and 10. Goff now to throw. They'll let this go deep for St. Brown. And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up 3rd down.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
Out of the gun. Gone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 18. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. There was a little space there, yes, but that was a well-executed run by the rookie.
It was, and he wasn't one of the higher-rated rookie running backs coming out. He's probably on the next tier. But let me tell you something. If he becomes more consistent and continues to have that drive to be one of the best, we'll see more of that in the future.
Right back to him on 1st down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Ready. Ready.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Tackled there by Alex Anzalone.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
From the 34-yard line, here's a 2nd and 8. Now Daniels. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. Touchdown, Washington! Terry McLaurin, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Commanders have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, He recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Back to throw. Gone. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Now gone. He's airing it out for Williams. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10.
49-yard line.
76.
Hands it off out of the gun. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. It'll go as a gain of 4. And it'll be 3rd down.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling him back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards. Working out of the gun, Daniels. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Daniels looking to throw. Flush to his right. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Panther 60. Panther 60. Go.
To the air goes Daniels. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Terry McLaurin halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Commanders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Gay is on for the point after. He knocks it through. It's 28-7.
Makes the score. Commanders 28, Lions 7. For Washington.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. That nearly trouble, but it's incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it, and it'll be second down. Goff. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Loose inside the 30. And he's giving his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Get it!
Throwing to start the drive. Daniels. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Well, they certainly knew their challenge as this series began, and they got to stop on play number 1. Goal now, get 2 more stops and limit the damage to a field goal.
After the incompletion, here's second and 10 from the 20.
60 Eagles, 60, trap 60, trap 60.
Operating from the gun, Daniels. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Jaden Daniels. And the final seconds of the first half. And the Commanders will extend their lead here just before halftime.
That's a really good decision right there outside of the pocket. You've got to know the right time to shift from passer to runner. He was looking and looking. Nothing there. You can almost feel the brainwaves firing as he calculates, I think I can win a race to the pylon. And he turns out to be right. Touchdown.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Two. 180. 76. Tell him. 76.
The final shot before break here. Goff. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Second half about to start. The Commanders have the lead. They'll get it first as we are back underway. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 62 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
44-yard line.
Now Daniel's going to give it up on the touch pass. And a loose football. And the defense says they have it. They do. One play into the ball game, an early turnover.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Let's go, 12, let's go. Right 20.
To throw is gone. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. 20. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in for second half blowout material.
70, Hawk, 70. Go.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he will take it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Jaden Daniels keeping it himself from 5 yards out. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Gone. To the left side, he finds Teslaw. So the completion good for just 3. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Let's see now, Charles. That's 7 turnovers between last week and this week. 3 here in this game, 4 in last week's game.
You know I do my research, right? And I go all the way back to the best coaches that have ever been in this game. And all of of them started with ball security in some form or another, understanding that taking care of the ball was the key to winning games. They can't believe what they're seeing right now because they spend all this time on it with the fundamentals, taking care of it, tucking it away, and they're not doing it.
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Second and goal from the 1.
Ready? Ready?
They'll try to run this one in. And he is unable to get in. They stop him at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Brings up third and goal.
Third and goal. Here's the option left. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Jaden Daniels keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Commanders have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the fourth quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And that nearly trouble, but it's incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it, and it'll be second down. Gibbs straight ahead. And he carries this one past the midfield stripe and into Commander territory. 81 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Super one.
Here's Goff. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. Here we go on fourth. Goff. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on fourth. Here's first and 10. Now back to the ground. Here's Gibbs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
45-yard line.
Go tonight. 12.
From the gun, here's Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive.
180. Shell. Average wall. Set.
Goff now looking to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 23. Give them 22 there on the third down conversion.
First down.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he'll be taken down after a decent gain, and that will bring us to the end of this third quarter of play. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Second and a couple. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
Brought down at the 1-yard line. First and goal, Detroit.
And now what's this? They fake the spike. He'll throw it. But it's not going to work. He'll go down, and they got him. Not the first and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground. From back at the 4, here's second and goal. Goff now looks to throw. And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in. Third and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Here's Goff. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. They go ahead and snap it. Gone. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And the Commander defense able to hold. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Been a very strong performance for them, really on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here. He's got a man, complete. Now he's into the clear again. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 96 yards. And the Commanders are closing in on a 9th victory on the year as they extend their lead. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. Well, things obviously not going their way. Trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that penalty going to go ahead and give the other side some extra yardage.
We all know it's an intense game and things can get heated out there. That's part of the battle. But bottom line, you got to keep your cool. That was not an example of doing that.
And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start things off with a give to Gibbs. And he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. Even though he recovered his own fumble, you know how much he hates to put the ball on the ground. He's going to be frustrated with himself.
And what do you think the time frame was from the time the ball escaped his grasp to him getting it back? It didn't take that long, right? To him, it probably felt like hours because he's agonizing like, I've got to get this football back. Able to get it done.
Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
First down, Detroit.
Allen. He's got it to Williams. No gain on the play. And that'll bring up second down.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. On the move to his left. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a third down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
From the gun on third down, gone. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Well, here we go. 185. 5. Turbo.
Desperation time for Goff on fourth. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Lions turned away on fourth down. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Let's go now.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could...
There he goes, left side. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A big play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders continue to pour it on here in the fourth. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. 2nd and 10. Another run for Gibbs here. And not much there. Maybe a yard up in the 24.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Here's Goff. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try to throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And yet again, Goff is intercepted. He's got the first down and more than that. And the return will stop right around the 25. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything, Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. From the 20, here's the 2nd and 5.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Now Daniel's going to give it up on the touch pass. Oh, and this one, they need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. They're definitely a good day's work throwing the football. A very good day's work. A 4th touchdown pass as they're really pouring it on.
Yeah, so much.
And oh, it's blocked. Picked up by the offense. This is a live ball. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. In this case, they were able to retain possession.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Now it's gone. That'll be caught by St. Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
A gain of 14. First down, Lions.
Oh, now some trickery. They fake the spike. And yet again, Goff is intercepted. Picked off by Quan Martin. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense will very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because
for quarterbacks, there are a number of ways to measure a good statistical season. This is one of them. That last touchdown pass, his 30th on the year. Gay is on for the point after. PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line.
Go, line 20.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that's going to be incomplete.
looks like they're going to keep throwing to the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
First carry now for David Montgomery. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. A shotgun snap for Goff. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That 3rd down conversion good for 23. Goff now to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Extra point splits the uprights as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by Washington. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
They're all about the numbers, aren't they?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. A gain of 3, second down. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Commanders, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.